what are some good questions to ask?
Here's what you ask. What exactly does the person that buys this cryptocurrency token, whatever it is, what do they own? What do they get? And you'll get different answers to that. Sometimes the answer is you have some ownership in the underlying entity, in which case all that you've done is it's stock. At that point, it's stock in a company, and that you just buy a different name. Sometimes the answer is you have the right to buy a T-shirt, DVD, you have some right to trade it in for some kind of physical good or even service. That's a whole different. Then it's like an advance payment for something. So it's you've got to get into what exactly is it for, and then you do the tax and securities analysis. For example, if it's an interest in a company, then that's a securities. You've got to comply with the securities laws. For tax purposes, that's treated as a capital contribution to the entity, right? Versus if the answer is you get a T-shirt or a service or something, then that's advance income to somebody. It's taxable, and it's not a securities, and it's just so it depends on what the details are of what the person owns. You have to just get into it. There's usually what's called a white paper that describes what they own. You just have to read it carefully and figure it out.
Absolutely, that was really well said. And going back to the last question, of how do you value something that doesn't, hasn't gone to market yet? And many of these ICOs are working off of just a white paper, and there's a whole spectrum of whether it is a security and just a fancy piece of paper for equity ownership. Whether in talking about pre-sales, if you have a token, can be a ticket that you can then transfer. For us, for Moeda, for instance, we issued these MDA cryptocurrency that then can be used in a Kiva type fashion, where you can then use these tokens to make your own impact investment. So you can invest in these projects and value them, and then make a return on that. So it's almost a new type of commodity that you can use as a tool for an investor in a credit union. So I would really recommend looking in and doing that research and seeing, is this something that could just be done traditionally without blockchain technology, or is there a real intrinsic value to that cryptocurrency?
Ask them if it's a utility token or a securities token. So a utility is you're actually using this, think about it as a ticket in Disneyland or gas in your engine. It's a specific function. It's an item that allows you the utility of doing something else. So if it allows you access to something, or it allows you to participate in some sort of closed system, then it's utility. Find out what that utility is and decide for yourself based on your own judgment or judgment of experts whether you think there's an actual market for that and that's the right team to do it. Look at their advisors, look at their team. Most of these people you'll never heard of. The good ones will have good advisors. If it's a securities token, to that point you are opening yourself up to potential risk. They have to comply. If they're raising money from U.S. sources, it's a very not a complicated process, but they have to have either only accredited investors who then disclose. It's a process called KYC, know your customer. So you want to make sure they're complying with securities law if it is a securities token.
And you want to see what you're giving up. I mean, that's the bottom line too. What are they getting for it? Are you giving up right to your content? Are you, owning your content? And that's the most important thing to find.
Okay.
And I've gotten a high sign that we're past our time, so first of all, I want to thank all of you for sticking with